Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Thursday. It is Baby Friday today, okay? Today's Thursday, May the 14th. Okay, guys, let's jump right into this reading. This will be a dream and also moonology message, okay? Yes, I'm combining both dream and moonology messages together because dreams could be very significant and very prominent at this time. And not only that, the moon cycle could also be in connections to a lot of your guys' dreams and visions and things like that. So let's see what you need to know. And also there's another full moon happening at the end of this month. So there's a lot going on this month, okay? There's a lot, all right? But and not only just that, there's like the new season of Gemini season is literally days away. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the days are going by like really quickly, okay? Or like one day it feels like it's going really slow and then all of a sudden it just speeds up out of nowhere. Some of you guys could feel that, okay? So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective when it comes to dream and moon energy at this time, okay? What do they need to know when it comes to their dreams and the energy with the moon when it comes to them and how it's connected to the collective at this time? Okay, so let's see. Ooh, okay. This one flew out onto the floor. Okay, so yeah, first card is the number 42. Now, it's so interesting because I was talking about like the gibbous and also the crescent cycle, how one cycle talks about releasing and then another cycle talks about being prepared and adjustments and things like that. So I don't know who this may resonate for, but obviously take, whatever messages that do resonate with you, okay? But there is something about the crescent moon that's significant, or being prepared, okay, when it comes to like release and all that good stuff, okay? But there is something about the number 42 with 4 and 2 equaling 6. 6 talks about, as angel numbers, not like 6 house placements, okay? When it comes to angel numbers, it talks about being a healer, matters of the home when it comes to giving and receiving, and also heart-centered leadership, okay? But for some of you guys, also stability and partnership could be very significant. This could be stability within yourself, okay? This doesn't only have to be financially. It could be, but having stability within yourself mentally and physically, especially with the divine, or partnering up with other people who are similar to you when it comes to this frequency or energy. Now, netcaster, when it comes to preparations, come to fruition. I've been talking about your fruits of your labor, okay, coming into fruition, and this is the energy that I've been picking up lately. So this card coming out is very significant. This is confirmation. Seahorses could be very significant too. Some of you may resonate with seahorses, or there's something about net, okay? Like, like when you watch videos of fishermen and things like that, and they cast the net, and basically when they cast the net, they basically get to catch all these different fish and different, like, sea creatures and things like that. So that could be significant too, where it's almost like you could be the net caster, where you could just put the net out, and it's like whoever decides to get caught up in that net, it's almost like when they get caught up in your net, some of them question, like, do I really want to get caught up in this energy? But once they start to get to know you, or once they start to feel your energy, they're like, oh, I don't mind this, actually. I kind of like this. Okay, so that's the energy that's very significant though, right? But take what resonates when it comes to this energy. Something about you guys when it comes to collecting or catching different things or starting new things could be very significant. But there is something about being prepared, okay? We have winter's dream, okay? Gestation period. So there's something about the energy when it comes to like stillness. For some of you guys, when it comes to winter's dream, some of you guys could have had a period where you were in stillness. You were, basically in introspection, where you had to wait out certain things. Some of you guys could still feel this energy, like I said, even though we are in spring. But there's something about maybe in your dreams, or something about what you're dreaming about right now with the energy at this time. You could feel that a lot of things could be at a standstill, but it almost feels like there's something brewing at the same time, okay? So angel number 9 could be significant too. Like 6, like I said, is significant when it comes to like nurturing and family and things of that matter, heart-centered leadership. 3 also talks about your creativity, how you express yourself, or even when it comes to self-expressions, you guys could be learn how to self-express through your voice or your art. This could be communication and storytelling, for example, for some of you guys being able to connect with other people. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix my chair. Okay, but take what resonates with that, right? But there is something about this energy with the number 9. There's something about you guys completing a cycle, or there's something about how you service other people, and especially with compassion, okay? So it's almost giving the energy of like crown chakra energy, especially with the purple that's here. Okay, this could be confirmation. The color violet and lavender could be someone's favorite color, or could resonate with somebody at this time, or somebody could be using lavender at this time. Even if it's like not the actual plant, you guys could be using lavender like in a spray or like a candle or something, okay? But there's something about your crown chakra being activated at this time, okay? So let's see what else shows up. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, so straddling worlds, okay? There's something about the number 52, okay? So take what resonates with that, right? Number 7, right? 5 is change, 2 is partnership. You guys could be going through changes with partnership with the divine or just people around you, right? But 7 is talking about your intuition, spirituality, wisdom. Like I said, introspection is also significant, right? Because maybe you had a moment of solitude where you could sit down and kind of think about a lot of things that you've dealt with, and also put things in perspective about the lessons that you've learned and things that you've kind of went through when it comes to challenges. But even with this energy, there's something about you, okay? It's kind of giving Chiron energy, where you are the one that's wandering between like realms. You're able to go to different realms. Some of you may not remember your dreams, and that's also significant. And if you can't, that's okay, because angel numbers are also, you know, significant as well, and synchronicities and stuff. You will always find, you know, messages in different ways. But if you're not able to remember your dreams, you could astral project, okay? Like you could do astral projection, not even realizing it. Like you could be sleeping in your bed and then you could be somewhere else, like in another realm or another place. And I just saw 2 birds flying by. So even messages, like I said, could be significant, right? 2s, like I said, 2 birds flew by, messages, because birds are messengers, things like that, okay? Travel, confirmation, okay? So there's something about this energy where you could travel to different realms and not even remember. Sometimes you're meant not to remember, because there's certain things that you've seen that you're not supposed to see, okay, as someone who's spiritual, right? Sometimes it's for our own protection. And for some of you guys, maybe you guys are learning to tap more into that so that you can remember certain things when it comes to astral projection. But you are the person that straddles between both realms or different realms, meaning you're in the 3D realm, but you're still able to travel in the 5D, even though you're present in the 3D at this time, okay? I think angel number 808 could be very significant, because I just saw 8 minutes and 8 seconds. So that could be confirmation for somebody as well, especially when it comes to security, okay? Yeah. Lost compass, okay, getting back to integrity. So yeah, there's something about integrity. This has been coming up in the message a lot as of recently, okay? There's something about following your compass, okay? Now, you could be following your own compass, but you could have people around you who, they could be lost. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, there could have been a moment where maybe you lost your way and now you're getting back into that energy, and that's okay. You know, things happen, right? We go through certain things in life, you know, we think everything is okay, but it's really not. And that's how we learn, right? So nothing is wrong with that. If you have people who act like they're so perfect and they've never been through certain things, or they think that because you've never been through what they went through, that you still don't have compassion or you don't understand, that's baloney. You do understand, okay? So when it comes to compasses and you following your path, you follow your path to integrity, for those of you that do resonate with that part of the message. And for those that are slowly getting back into their integrity, that is also significant. Okay. Like I said, you guys could have dealt with people around you where maybe they lack integrity or they lack certain things. And so because of your energy, you are showing people like, hey, this is what it means to follow your path, right? And following your path does not only mean about divination and tarot and all that stuff. Following your path means if you know deep down in your heart and soul somebody is doing something wrong that you're not a part of or you don't like, you're not entertaining it. You're not doing it. So when it comes to like bullying or making people feel bad about themselves and things like that, maybe you've, entertained it a little bit because you thought people were joking, because different cultures do different things, right? Different cultures joke around and how they show up, but sometimes certain jokes are not jokes. Sometimes there's truth behind it. And even if there's no truth behind it, some things are just not funny. Okay, guys, some things are just not funny. Some things are just not jokes. People do go through certain things, and you could have people where you could have been open to people and saying, this is what I'm going through, and this is what's happening with my life. And you could have people literally laughing or joking and saying, oh, look at you, and blah, blah. That is so wrong, like that is so wrong. So there's something about following your compass and your path, okay? With the number 35, like I said, when it comes to creativity and your communication and change and things like that, that is very significant. How you, self-express is significant. There's a change in the way that you self-express yourself, and that is showing up about you, showing up in your integrity in your path. Okay, so take what resonates. And also angel number 82 is significant when it comes to, stepping into your power, okay, being in your power, and also when it comes to being a master of different realms, right? Take what resonates with that too. Leadership and success is significant, and also karmic balance could be very significant too. Yeah, we have wailing tree, reconciliations with the number 59. Okay, you could be reconciliating with other people, or people are trying to reconciliate with you, right? But with this wailing tree, there's something about crying, okay, it's like nature crying out. So some of you guys are being called to go out into nature, heal within nature, could be very significant, like I said. Okay, at the bottom we have teachability with the number 28. So there's something about you teaching people lessons. Like I said, when it comes to your energy, you could have someone in your energy that's always wailing, okay? Not in a mean way, but like you could be somebody who you could cry, you could cuss, you could fuss, you could be frustrated, you could be all these things, and you still show up in your authenticity. You show up bright, you show up happy, you show up, in this high vibration and frequency. You could have someone in your energy who's like wanting reconciliation with you, and there's something about them being very wailing. Like they're just always crying and mopey and low vibrational and sad. It's always like this woe is me energy, or why me? People who always make it seem as if like they're the only ones going through things, right? And it's not to say that you don't care, but it's almost like, well, damn, I'm going through my trials and tribulations, but you don't see me crying every minute. And, nothing is wrong with crying, but there's also this energy of like pity. People using their emotions to pity you, or to wheel you back in to make you feel sorry or sad about situations. It's like you may feel bad, but at the same time, it's like you still don't care, because whenever you were going through what you were going through, it's like now you're learning to focus on that and worry about that and grow from that, right? And it's almost like you guys are looking at people like, why can't you learn from your mistakes, or why can't you learn from your trials and tribulations the way that you guys do? Confirmation with the horn, okay? So let's see what else shows up, you guys. I'm just going to shuffle this again. Okay, so let's see what else shows up. And also angel number 14 is significant too when it comes to, you guys may be going through some type of change. This could be a foundation change or a foundation shift, or there's something about structure. And it's funny, I was about to say freedom with structure, and it's so funny how this flipped over. So yeah, something about freedom, okay? Hot air balloons could be very significant. And I literally just said that I saw 2 birds outside flying, and look what's on the card. 2 birds. somebody's feeling free. I don't know who, but someone feels free right now. Like you guys could have dealt with something and maybe you expressed something or you said something or you spoke up about something that you did, whether this was today or the last few days or it's about to, happen in the next few days. You're feeling free, okay? You are feeling that freedom. Something about freedom, feeling free, okay? Redefining stability maybe could be very significant for you, or there's something about truthful foundations, okay? Even with Gemini energy and Taurus energy and the super new moon, there's something about you being adaptable when it comes to like your growth, okay? Yeah, transition. Okay, some of you guys are going through some type of transition at this time, especially with the moon cycles. It's almost like every time there's a moon cycle, you guys go through another transition. And there's also something about transits of different planets as well that is significant. Okay, we have gratitude. We also have reflect. So yeah, like I said, gestation period, there's something about you guys going into introspection or going within yourself, right? And seeing certain things for what it is for some of you guys. But there's something about having gratitude, whether this is like gratitude within yourself, a home situation, just life in general, things that you've dealt with, and reflecting on those things, okay? Like I said, when it comes to your compass, you are following your guidance or your path, right? So take what resonates with that too. We also have compassion, right? So yeah, like I said, some of you guys, when it comes to like reconciliations and things like that, you are a very compassionate person, but you ain't no fool, okay? You know the saying, Bobo the fool? You're not a fool. You're not a fool, okay? You are very compassionate, you're loving, you're caring, but also you have boundaries. And that is what people don't like about the collective. It's like, oh, this person's really nice. Let me just milk whatever I can from them. And you're like, oh, no, 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 no. Some of you guys are opening up your eyes and seeing that, and you're like, oh, no, 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 no. You're not dealing with that. Lotus flowers are very significant, and also dragonflies could be significant for somebody, right? But you guys are reframing something and also healing, okay? So there's something that you guys could have said or could have done, which is actually opening up someone's eyes when it comes to like perspectives and things of that matter, okay? So let's see what else shows up, guys. What else do you have for the collective spirit? What else can you tell them when it comes to moonology energy, or when it comes to like the moon cycle or the moon itself? What does the collective need to know, please? And thank you. I just felt a card. Ooh, I said, as soon as I said that, I felt a card wanted to come out, but there we go. There we go. So at the bottom, we have attend to the details. Some of you guys, this could be you. Okay, maybe you guys can attend to details when it comes to certain things. But we have Aries energy, okay? And it's also giving solar plexus energy with this yellow here, right? But there's something about your energy, like I said, you guys, where this is you guys stepping into your power. I did say something about the number 8 when it comes to like you guys stepping into your power or just being in your power is very significant, right? But there's something about stepping into your power with Aries energy. Okay, last quarter moon in Aquarius, you guys could be reflecting on your priorities, okay? So reflecting on your priorities. And with the first quarter moon in Libra, you guys could be keeping your heart open, okay? So take what resonates with that too. Again, like I said, with this energy, there's something about your energy that's showing up when it comes to third eye and throat chakra energy. But there is something about balance and compassion. Like I said, compassion, okay, reflecting on your priorities, what matters to you, okay, and also what makes sense to you. And so for some of you guys, when it comes to that, this could be your own business, your family. For example, maybe you have family from your side and so does your person, but you guys could be coming together and focusing on your family, right? And kind of drowning out the noise. And even if this is not about kids, this could also talk about dealing with people from different cultures and races and coming together, because again, like I said, some of you guys could be dealing with karmic situations when it comes to family and friends and just the environment or the energy in itself, right? And that could be very significant for some of you. Okay, so Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. Okay. And then we also have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Okay. So even though this may not resonate with the full moon, that's happening at the end of the month, there is something about the energy itself where you guys could be feeling a change, or you guys could be feeling like a new beginning that could be coming up, right? For some of you guys, like I said, the full moon is going to be in Scorpio and Sagittarius at the end of this month, okay? And then it goes into Sagittarius again when it transits. And actually, funny enough, the moon cycle will transit again, which is on June 1st in Capricorn. So this is confirmation actually for some of you guys. So take what resonates with that, but it starts the 30th and then it ends on the 1st. Okay, so even though the full moon is actually in Sagittarius, like the full moon itself at 100%, there is something about the full moon transitioning or going into a transit. And it's funny how transition is here. I was looking at the app to see what the cycle was like. So that is confirmation for some of you. Okay. And some of you guys with the new moon in Scorpio, some of you guys could have worked through your fears and things like that. Okay, guys. But yeah, I'm going to end it here. Okay. Take what resonates with you guys whenever you see this message or whenever you get a chance to watch the video. But again, thank you guys for the love and the support. I appreciate you guys as always. Follow me on YouTube and TikTok, and my website is www.mysteriouslyunique.ca. You guys can book a reading or just check out my blogs, okay, guys? But thank you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Keep moving forward, like I always say. Don't stop, okay? What's that saying? Don't stop, giddy, giddy. Okay, guys, so keep moving forward, all right, guys? I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next reading or message, all right, guys? Have a wonderful Thursday. Bye.